it's Janine over at SLOHappyVintage, and I have another haul video for you. Just some things that I picked up at a recent, actually it was last week's garage sales. And I'm not sure if I have any, no, I don't have any thrift. No, I do. I have some, I'm looking over it, at it over there. A couple of thrift store things or antique store things to show you. Anyway, let's flip the camera around and we'll show you what we found. This little mug I actually found at the bins for, I think they charged me $1 for it. I just thought it was kind of cute. Very, very 50s. Also found this really cool little ring box for $1 at the, I think this was at, I'm getting mixed up as to where I got things. So wherever this was, it was $1 and I thought it was just adorable. This is something I don't normally pick up. It's West German. I like to pick up the West German glass pieces. I don't often pick up the plastic, but I thought the clasp on this is really nice and the beadwork is kind of pretty. It's multi-strand. It's got 4 strands. It's got 5 strands. So this one was a little bit more unusual than a lot of the others that I've seen, and that is why I picked it up. This one I found at a antique store. This is not ivory. If you look really close to it, it is actually a plastic. It's like a celluloid, but it's made to look like ivory. They call it French ivory, and you can see these little striations in it. That is French ivory. This one does need to be restrung, and I kind of want to get into restringing. Now, somebody asked me in a prior video, they bought a necklace that had, she said, a couple of inches of loose string near the clasp. And while it's common for a lot of necklaces to have a little bit of space up here, just so the beads can move freely and close, and anyway, there shouldn't be that much string. Even this, I feel, is too much string at the end, and you can see this one's got string hanging out all over the place. But anyway, more often than not, loose string up here means that the necklace has stretched over time and most likely needs to be restrung. A lot of these old necklaces are strung on thread, and the thread can become brittle or stretch, and just every once in a while needs to be restrung. This is a graduated set and it shouldn't be too hard to restring. I just need to get some string. Now, at an antique store, I came across these pieces. When I'm at antique stores, I'm mostly looking for things that people miss, because anybody can walk into an antique store and pay top dollar for anything they want pretty much, but I am buying things on a budget, and I'm looking for things that I love and want to keep, and also things for resale. So when I went to the antique store, I found these and I did pay up for them. The only reason I bought these is because, oh, I should back up. These are Sarah Coventry. It's called Midnight. Oh, I can never remember the name of these. Midnight something. Anyway, I have the matching bracelet that I found at a garage sale a little while ago, and I think I paid $1.50 or $2 for the bracelet. So these I ended up paying, I want to say $13 for, which is more than I pay for clip-ons. But because I had the bracelet, I've got a set now. They're in perfect condition, and I don't know if you can see, they're pretty. They're pretty. They're 50s, early Sarah Coventry. Then these are Coros, and these are just beautiful. I also paid about $13 for these, which is probably too much, but I just thought they were really pretty. The enameling is gorgeous on these. They look to be like dogwood flowers. They're in excellent condition, and I thought they were really special. When I looked them up, they don't seem to have that big of a resale value, but I think they will be, or they will have a higher resale value in the future just because of the quality of them. The enameling is in excellent condition. It's got a few little dings, but just beautiful earrings. And they are nicer quality Coro. Coro comes in a lot of different quality levels, and these are nicer ones. These earrings are Coro Craft and also in excellent condition. They, once again, I thought they were probably a little bit more valuable than they really are, but they are very nice condition, and I probably paid too much for them, but when you're in the moment, sometimes you just do. But at the same thrift or antique store, I found this, which was worth the trip altogether. This is Trifari. This is older Trifari and lovely, lovely condition. It is missing one, two, three tiny stones that I will repair, but this is a bracelet from, I think they call it the birthday collection. And this little simulated peridot bracelet normally sells for around 150 to I'd say 120 to 160 probably, especially when you get close to the birthday month of this stone, which I think is August. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, I paid $12 for this, and because it had missing stones, I think they reduced it down to 10. So that was probably worth the visit to that thrift store, antique store. I go to a lot of places, so I often forget where I am. Then at another little thrift store, I found two of these. They're little garnet necklaces with a barrel clasp. This one needs to be restrung, but the other one is perfectly fine. So on another day, I will get to restringing. This is a good example of why there oftentimes is a little bit of play or extra string or cord at the end of a necklace. See how these beads are kind of jumbled together and they're not resting flush against each other. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, if they have a little bit of room to stretch out, they will lay flatter and more in a line than if they're all crammed together. If you cram them together, they tend to buckle. So you want to have a little bit of play in your necklace to allow the beads to be comfortably resting on the cord. But not this much. That's way too much. Okay, this is the garage sale. Yes. I spent $29 at this garage sale. But look! Okay, so this was the first set that I saw, and it is from most likely the 40s. Look at the enamel. Oh, it says 40s right on there. Look at the enamel on that. It is so beautiful. It's got little matching screwback earrings and just a beautiful piece. It's not real heavy. I would think it might be heavier than this, but it's just a gorgeous choker. It's got like hand-painted little roses on it and blue enamel. So that was the first set I found, even with an original May Company box. Does anybody remember May Company? Then the next thing I saw, which I immediately grabbed, and I say grab, I didn't grab, I just picked it up. There wasn't anybody there really when I got there. So it says vintage keepsake on it, and it says $3. Look at this sweetheart bracelet. I absolutely love these little expansion sweetheart bracelets. It is a locket. I believe it's gold filled. It doesn't have its little protective cover for a picture, but that's okay. It's not engraved, which is a plus. So if somebody wanted to give this to somebody in, today, they could actually have it engraved. These are just gorgeous. I think the last one I sold, for a while they were only around $25 or so, but now they're selling upwards of, 50, 60 plus. So jewelry trends come and go, and the little sweetheart bracelets are kind of having a moment right now. Now in this bag, okay, so the rings were all priced separately. Let me pull all those out. And this bracelet, let me show you this bracelet. This bracelet, I left all the price tags on, was $2. And I don't believe it's marked, but it's got a dangle that has a double-sided scarab on it. And, an Egyptian revival piece. It's really fun with a spring ring that is not marked. But I thought that was a really cool piece for $2. Now the rings, it's kind of funny. I took a look at a couple of them and I'm going, oh, gold, oh, gold. This one, maybe gold. And then these two are silver. So The rings, oddly enough, the ones that were potentially gold were $2 a piece, and then the silver ones were $5. Anyway, this one that was 2 turns out to be gold plated. I haven't tested the stones on these, but that one's pretty cute. And I also have not really looked at the makers yet on them. They are marked. And then these two, both of them are 10 karat. Once again, most likely genuine stones, but I will go ahead and check those. Actually, I'll check them at the end of the video. And I think these have maker's marks on them too. Maybe not. But either way, excellent find for $2. And then these two were $5. This one, I believe, is pretty old. I'm not positive about it. I'm going to test that too. And then it's got little marcasite stones on it. So really pretty. And then this one is also sterling. It's got a lovely setting, but I don't know. I'm assuming that's just a glass stone or a CZ or something, but I'll test that too. So we'll put those aside to be tested. This was the final bag, and it said broken pieces, and it was $1 for all of the stuff that's in here. So first off was this watch. It has a gold filled band on it. I don't know much about the watch. I think it also is gold filled, but the thing that I loved about this was the charm on it. It's got a little tiny guilloche rose on one side, and then it's got a religious, I believe, it looks like Mary on there. It's hard to see, but it is also guilloche enamel, and it's just really pretty, really cute. And in the same bag was just this. I don't know if this is silver or not. Maybe I should test it. And it just says mother, daughter, friends forever on it, which is very cute sentiment. So this is a coral brooch with a hanging locket on it. It is missing, maybe a stone or two, a pearl or two, but they said it was broken, but it really was just detached. Or maybe they thought it was broken because it was missing some things. I have another one of these that I showed in another video, and this one is really cool because it is completely intact. It has the directions on it of how to put pictures in it, and then it's got these little prints of these gentlemen. At first I thought, oh, I wonder who these guys are. Somebody really had a lot of boyfriends, but no, it's usually people that have, gone off to service, maybe sons or just loved ones, or family pictures, could be kids. But there are 3 gentlemen here. This is the same gentleman as that. That kind of clued me in that, oh, those aren't really real pictures. And then I looked at my loop and no, they're prints. So this is how the locket came when you originally purchased it back in the 50s or 60s or whatever. It says Coro right there, and it has the little Pegasus on it, and it just folds up, and then this little clasp right here keeps it shut. Thought that was really special. Then the last thing that was really cool, and yes, it is broken, but that does not take away from the coolness factor, is this piece right here. And the only thing that's wrong with it is that the cork, when these corks stay in a piece for a length of time, they will kind of swell, and then if somebody tries to pull the cork out, it can break. So the cork is broken and stuck in there, but this is a little perfume vial that would have hung on like how do you say that? Chantelane? I'll spell it, but I can't pronounce it. One of those multi-chain things that women would wear on their waist in the Victorian times. And they would have lots of things like maybe a little pair of scissors or watch, a perfume vial or something hanging and dangling from the different pieces. It's beautifully hand painted, and I think I'll have to flash some screenshots of what these things are selling for. I don't know. I was debating on whether or not like to glue this onto here or to take the cork out, or I'm not quite sure what I want to do with that, because as it is, it's a little awkward to try to hang or display. I think that's all I have for today, but let me go ahead and get the Presidium out and test those stones. I always like to do a quick test on known stones before I do anything else. So there's diamond. This one should be glass. On my Presidium, glass just doesn't move. This one is quartz. These are garnets. Yes, everything seems to be going fine. All right, so let's take a look at this ring. This ring is quartz. Okay, so that's a quartz. And what is this? This one, it's not amethyst. What is that? It could be tourmaline. Okay. Well, from the Presidium is not enough to know exactly what this stone is, but all I can say is that it is a real stone. And I don't know, these little diamond chips are going to be too hard to test most likely with this, but I'll try. Okay, so we're probably looking at white sapphire. Yeah. And this one is missing a stone, and actually the prong is broken on that. So this is going to be a melt ring. Be a ring that I melt down. Jadeite spinel almost into the topaz. It could be a blue topaz, could be just a blue spinel. And these little tiny guys are really hard to, oops. When you hear that noise, that means it's touching the metal. Yeah, those are really, really small. I wouldn't be surprised if they were diamond chips, but I don't really care. That one's probably, it's really small, so it will probably be a melt ring if I can't sell that. And this one's probably glass. Yep, that one's glass. So this one will just go into a lot. It's gold plated. And this one is most likely glass or CZ. Like I said, glass normally doesn't move on mine, and it is moving. But once again, it's not, I'm going to say it's glass. Pretty ring though. Okay, anything else I need to test? I don't think so. I have a couple more things to show you. Didn't realize I did. These were from a church rummage sale. And I want to say I paid $8 total for all of this. This is a Park Lane set, and it was $5. It's in brand new condition. It's got a necklace and matching earrings in, like I said, brand new condition. These don't even look like they've been worn. It has the little Park Lane dangle on it with a fold over clasp. And then I thought this could have been something special, but actually, let me turn the Presidium on again and we'll test these stones. But when I looked at it closer, it's made in China. I am very skeptical of anything that this is. Those could be real stones in there. So let me go ahead and just test these stones really quick. All right, the green one. Green one, it looks probably chrysoprase. The blue one, blue topaz, and this one, the little red one, oh gosh, it's so tiny. Now this stone is so tiny, it's not even really, it's not going to do anything for the value of this piece, obviously, but it's just kind of fun to know. But I don't know, it's probably just a low quality ruby is my guess. And then what else did I find there? Oh, this one. This is also Park Lane, and I think that was $2. And it's on a really silky kind of snake chain. These chains are really comfortable to wear because they're so soft and flexible. Also has a little Park Lane dangle and a hook closure with a little faux pearl. Pretty necklace. Pretty choker. There we go. And was that it? Oh no, one more thing. This was only 75 cents. And near as I can tell, this is sterling and turquoise. So it's not signed, so my guess is that it's most likely not Native American. I can call that Southwestern. It's really important to make sure if you list something as Native American that you know it truly is, because they are rightfully so very protective of their heritage. And if you are falsely claiming something is Navajo or Zuni or whatever, it's just not right. So anyway, it's got little turquoise chips in there, and it's a very small size, probably maybe a 6 or smaller, but really cute. So that is truly it. That's all I have. My desk is clear, and there are more garage sales tomorrow. So am I going to go? Am I not? Stay tuned for the next video to see if I go garage sailing this weekend.